Welcome back to Notts Tonight. It's been another scorcher of a day, which followed a blazing hot weekend across the county. And joining me, keeping their cool this evening, we have fashion guru and colour coaching queen, Lisa Newport. Give us a little shimmy, Lisa. We're on it. And the cakes he bakes will make your taste buds quake. He'll knock off your socks. It's Mr. Jordan Cox. Give me a shimmy, Jordan. A sunshine shimmy? No? All right.
A sunshine shimmy.
Sound the alarm, please. Sound the alarm. British officially is on an amber alert weather warning. The government has warned you to stay indoors as temperatures soar to a sweltering 32 degrees. It really has been feeling like Costa del Notts over the past couple of days. But are we just utterly rubbish at handling the heat, from sunburn to poor clothing choices? Are we Brits just not equipped to deal with the sunshine? Jordan, you look like a man equipped.
I've come from the office. This is my office attire. This time of the year, absolutely. Dress for it.
Are you the sort of guy who, when it gets really hot, moans or not? By the way, we've got like some sort of sexy pan up from your shorts to your face. Oh, love it.
That was great.
Love it.
Glad I just caught that in the corner of my eye. No, I love the heat. I never moan about the heat at all. If anything, I'm completely the opposite. Autumn, winter, most of spring, I am miserable as sin.
Here you are in action. Is this the weekend, right?
Last Saturday.
Last Saturday.
Skegness.
Skeggy! What a
First
great
time I've been for like 12 years.
And what did you make of it?
It was great.
Is it the same as it was back in the day?
Well, I used to work at Butlins. I was a redcoat for a while. And so I thought I got my fill of it all those years ago. So going back, it was great fun, great nostalgic.
Lisa, I know it's rare that we get this sort of weather, but whenever we do, we seem to make the same mistakes, like terrible clothing choices and, of course, sunburn. When will we ever learn?
Who knows? I'm factor 50 face, factor 30 everywhere else.
Is that from learning from previous bad experiences?
I've got very pale skin and I burn really, really easily, and there's no way. I hate sunburn, so
Really?
I'm really careful.
My nose is the same colour as your top.
Do you burn?
Yeah, absolutely. I shouldn't go out in the sun at all, even though I love it so much.
Yeah. When we talk about, like, you know, clothing and choices like that, we're going to get onto your speciality soon, but do you think it is important? How easy is it to dress for the sunshine?
Flowing is better than fitted.
Yeah.
That's it.
Flowing
Flowing is better than
They
fitted.
have it. Well, our office has been absolutely sweltering today. I've been fanning, airconning, and it's not just been us here at Notts TV Towers that have been cooking. Here's how our pal Amy over at Gen 106 has been getting on today.
What's happening here?
I just want to film your reaction as you feel the temperature in the office.
You're absolutely furious, I'm not even joking. Is that a joke? Right, I'm telling you now. That's too cold. That's ridiculous.
25?
It doesn't feel it, does it? Don't put it down.
She never moans, but you work in an office, right?
I do.
How hot does it get?
I have a huge air conditioning unit pretty much to myself, and a wall-mounted thing, so it comes on this time of year. You walk in, what's the lowest? The aircon will go on, that's what you turn it on, and that's what you're working.
Do you know there's currently no law on what heat you can get up to before the boss can say, look, you can go. You can't leave. There's no, like, do you think that should come into play? Do you think when it gets like 30, 31, 32, you can go if it's too hot?
I've got family out in Spain, I've got family out in Cyprus. You don't see... Admittedly, they do take a bit of siesta during the hottest hours of the day, and then they open up later. So, yeah, I think it's got to be hotter than this before you can start crying off work.
And like I said earlier, Lisa, we're still making the same mistakes, it seems, and sometimes very serious ones, because we're still reminded constantly to not leave dogs in cars.
Oh, that's terrible. My little dog's been floating about today, she's trying to find somewhere cool in the house, and she's struggling. So when I opened my car to come here tonight, it was just like, I had to stand for about 3 or 4 minutes just to let the hot air out of my car. So
It's frightening.
You can't go walking your dog this time, like in this heat.
Just in heat.
Absolutely.
Just give him a nice bowl of water for sure, right?
Absolutely.
All right, of course, it is a serious matter keeping safe in the sun. Here are some top tips from Dr. Andrew Foster.
We do see a lot of sun-related skin cancers that affect the face, particularly the areas just under the eyes and around the nose where the skin is particularly thin, can be light, and can be susceptible to developing cancers. And certainly wearing hats and wearing sunscreen on the face and wearing sunglasses can really help protect those areas. Similarly, if people have thin or light hair, we often see a lot of skin cancers arising on the scalp. And obviously hats are going to be very protective if you've got a bit of thinning upstairs, so to speak.
Top tips for Dr. Andrew Foster there. Now, well, Newark Festival, which took place at the weekend, was certainly sizzling. We were there, and I had the pleasure of speaking to some of the headline acts. Here's a look at my chat with the woman who's been asking the same question for a while now. Can you play that sax? It's Fleur East.
Trying to run that game, made it sound so sweet when they say my name. I said, boy, stop, run it back. You can talk that talk, but can you play that sax? To the boss last night, buying out the boss, said I can ride top down in this Jaguar. I'm like, boy, stop, run that back. You can drive all night, but can you play?
It is now my pleasure to be joined by the one and only Fleur East, who's performing very shortly. Fleur, how are you doing?
Good, I'm very excited. The sun's shining. I mean, what more can I ask for?
It's like 27 degrees.
I know.
Are you cooking?
Yeah, I'm loving it. I love the sun.
Have you performed in Nottinghamshire before?
I think I have, yeah. Back in the day when I used to do the nightclub circuits and student unions.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I've been here a couple of times.
Times have changed. You've had a massive album. You're now touring, I imagine.
Yeah.
What is it about, live music that really gets you going? What is it about when you get on that stage that gives you that buzz?
It's definitely the energy from the crowd. I think you feed off of that. I think I love being in the studio and I love recording and creating everything. But then as soon as you hear people singing it back and you see their reaction, it's amazing. And to know that your music is making them feel good and have a good time, it's great.
Your music's definitely got that vibe where it gets you up and it gets the energy going. You mentioned there being in the studio recording. It's a different vibe to being on the stage.
Yeah.
Your last album was 2015, right? Mm-hmm. How was progress? Are you making a new album as we speak? How's it all going?
Yes, yeah, I'm actually making new music now, so I'm hoping for the next single to be out August.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything about it?
It's very up-tempo, very feel-good, because I think that's naturally just the artist that I am.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of tribal influences. Like my mum's from Ghana in West Africa, so it's got some tribal drums in there. It's very exciting.
Is it important for you to include like family heritage within your music?
Oh yeah, for sure, because my parents are both huge music lovers and my mother played high life music from Ghana growing up, so it's definitely influenced me.
Lovely woman, and that will be part of a half-an-hour Newark Festival special coming to Notts TV very soon. All right, do you have a cake problem? Do you find yourself in a constant battle not to smash a slice of scrumptious fluffy cake? The cupcakes, cheesecakes, butter cakes, pancakes and sponge cakes calling your name every hour? Well, how about you get yourself down to Cake Eaters Anonymous? It's all for a great cause, and baking boss Jordan can tell you a little bit more about it. Now, Jordan, Cake Eaters Anonymous sounds like you are dealing with a cake eating issue, but that's not the case, is it?
Well, pretty much, if you've got a problem with eating cake and you don't want to solve it, then you come to Cake Eaters Anonymous.
So if you want to continue your cake-loving problem,
exactly,
it's the place to go.
It's the place of all the cakes.
Now, I know you brought a cake here with you. I don't want to tuck into that just yet. I want to save that for it. I'm looking at it and it's looking back at me, and I'm excited about it.
Eat cake at the same time.
But we'll try. So tell me about these sessions, who can come and what it's all about.
Well, it started out 7 years ago. It was actually a club I found before I'd ever baked a cake myself.
Right, so you were an absolute amateur at this point.
Completely, absolutely. Never baked. Started turning up a lovely group of ladies that set this cake up. They just like eating cake and they wanted others to come and eat cake too. So meet up once a month, once every couple of months we do now, and you bring a cake along. You put your cake on the communal table. Your entry fee goes to charity. So every month we have a different charity. And all the money goes to that charity. We don't give any for ourselves, so it's a good endeavour to make you feel good about your cake eating.
So everybody eats each other's cake?
Precisely. So once you get there, your cake's there, the charity does a nice little talk about what the money's going towards, and then you eat cake. And you get to eat a variety of different cakes. You get some incredible bakers, some bakers that are trying to improve their baking. You get some people use it as an excuse to try out a more adventurous cake, perhaps, than they would normally make at home.
So just a group of people trying to rise like dough in the baking world, am I right?
Rise to the challenge.
Rise to the challenge. Oh. Sorry, Lisa, I had to do it.
I'm so sorry.
But Lisa, right, you are a baker yourself, right?
I do bake occasionally, yes.
How good are you?
Well, it always tastes nice.
Yeah.
I couldn't be bothered making it look beautiful.
Pretty.
Yeah,
This
I
is
do
something
those.
I'd struggle
I do
with.
those in a loaf tin. Are my favourite ones that you just mix everything in, bung it in a loaf tin. That's it.
Do you know what? I spend my time at cake clubs sometimes trying to go so overboard, and the cakes that will often come out with the best cake. You always have the best cake. Like, yeah, you would like something. It will always tend to be the cakes that. Yeah, it's not about the look, it's about the taste.
If I was to come along to Cake Eaters Anonymous, I'd feel a bit apprehensive in the sense that I know that everybody eating my cake would go, that tastes disgusting. And I've got the Bake Off King-ish, Jordan Cox here.
In 7 years, I have only won one cake club myself.
All right.
That was the day I did that was the day I went home and applied for the Bake Off.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say it right here, right now. I am going to come and I'm going to bake a cake.
The next event is this Sunday, 25th, at the Castle Pub. Cake Eaters Anonymous online. You'll find it and you can book a ticket. After that, we have a break for summer because, again, very, very hot cake, so on and so forth. So September is the next one, 24th of September.
Sounds wonderful, and I cannot ignore it in my peripheral vision anymore.
I'm going to go
Talk to me about this, what you've got here.
I figured I asked a question to the members of Cake Eaters Anonymous as to what their favourite cake club cake is, and they all said a fruity cake, a light fruity cake. This time of year, it's so hot, you don't want to eat anything too heavy. So we've got the cake is a lemon cake, lemon and vanilla, then it's brushed in a sort of sweet orange juice. Then you fill it with creme fraiche, Billingsburg Greek yoghurt, some orange zest in there. It's a light fruity cake, which we're all going to eat.
See, I thought you were going to say it was a strawberry cake.
With some strawberries in it as well,
right.
Why not?
Right, cut into it then. I always think, do you know when you've got a cake that's so beautiful, as you do this, by the way?
Yeah.
Is this bit painful for you?
Not necessarily now with this cake, but some cakes it can be. If you've done something wedding cakey, fondant-y, something that's you've had to take so much time over, yeah, cutting into it can be
Well, I'll tell you what, you cut into that cake, and I have to say, we're going to have to wait till after the break to taste it. Sorry to do that to you. When we come back, calling all long-haired legends. If you're heading to a festival this summer, we've got all the tips you need on keeping your hair from disrepair. Welcome back to Knots Tonight. Joining me on the sofa this evening, she's the rainbow and the pot of gold at the end of it. It's cover coach Lisa Newport. And you can run as fast as you can, but you can't catch him. He's the gingerbread man. It's Baking Beast, Jordan Cox, sucking on his fingers if you don't mind. Can I say, this is a nice cake.
Thank you.
Really good.
It's good cake for this weather.
So thank you for bringing it in, I appreciate it. Right, now, as you saw earlier, we were at Newark Festival at the weekend. Splendour is just around the corner, and some of you might be heading to Glastonbury this week. If you are camping, then it's likely you'll be going without a shower for a few days, which is gross, sorry. And what's worse, if you're a short-haired fella like me, you're all good. You can avoid total disaster. But if you're a girl, or you have luscious long locks like Jordan here, then what's the best way to keep that hair as fresh as a daisy? Well, I am now joined by Lee Holmes from Lee Holmes Hair and Beauty in Hockley. Lee, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I imagine this is quite a big problem for a lot of viewers, right? You're going to Glastonbury, you can't shower, you've got your long luscious locks. How can we ensure that they are as good at the end as you are at the start?
Well, I think it's impossible to be as good at the end as it is at the start. It's like if you're going away with the guys or the girls, you train for a few months beforehand, your body's going to get it, isn't it? And I think, I think your hair is as well, to be quite honest. Your hair's going to get it, but it's once you get back into your routine, shampoo, conditioner, treatment every week, and it soon gets on track.
So either way, it's not going to be great, but it's preventing the worst. It's preventing it looking a bit weird while you're dancing in front of the bands and stuff. So what are some of your top tips?
Well, I thought I'd start with the basic shampoo and conditioner. Obviously, you've got to find a water source for this sort of thing to work, so it's probably a little bit useless, but I thought I'd bring it as an example.
Can you use like beer or cider with it, or is it just got to be straight up water?
I think it was Michael Winner used to use a can of Heineken on his hair and shampoo it every single day, like a stubby can, every single day.
I thought that was a joke, and you had a fact for me.
No, deadly
that
serious.
Was brilliant.
Deadly serious.
All
he
right.
used to shampoo in a little stubby can of Heineken, which was brilliant. But no, you've got to find a water source, so basically your head's going under a tap, isn't it, really, for this sort of thing.
All right, so let's say you're not in one of the posh tents, because I know there are people who do that, right? And you've got your own little water supply, you've got your nice little hot showers. If you don't have access to any of that and you've got to use the grotty bogs and stuff, what are the other options?
Dry shampoo.
Dry shampoo.
Dry shampoo to clean it a little bit. It's like a talc based. I got this from Lush earlier. Actually, the lady gave it me because she found out I was coming on here, so that was quite nice. And literally, all you do is put it into your hand.
Yeah.
Like that. Rub it in.
You're going to run that through?
Put it through.
There,
yeah, might as well. I'm ruining my hair now.
Hold on a minute. Lee, it looks like you've just stepped out the shower. Fresh washed hair. I love it.
The other way is to tip it on. Just get, if you're a lady with a lot below shoulder length hair, you've just got to just chuck it on, and then what it does, it's basically like a talcum powder.
I love it. It looks great,
and it just keeps the hair dry and stops it feeling greasy and sticky.
All right,
so that's quite nice.
Another thing you can do is you can style it in a certain way, right? So Jordan, what would you fancy this? Would you fancy doing your hair like this, Jordan? Get ready. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. For one, Glastonbury, I was daft enough to have cornrows. Yeah, never again. In an attempt to try and do anything with my hair, hats I preferred.
There you are. Are you with Glastonbury?
That's like day one, though.
All right, that's before you got the braids.
That's before
day
you got 4, day 5.
So if you can style it in a certain way, right, as well, that can help.
Yeah, like plaits are massive. Not so much braids at the minute. They're not really. Well, nobody's really having them at the minute. Yeah, pretty much.
You can say it. It's all good. It was a while ago.
Braids aren't really.
It was years ago as well. I took them out whilst watching the Pet Shop Boys.
Jordan, you're a big Glastonbury goer. You're a big festival guy.
I love that. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you find showers, or do you just go for it?
Baby wipes. All of the baby wipes in the world, I find. I did once stand in a queue that was seemingly never ending, whilst one guy at the front had an honest to God head to toe shave.
Wow.
Yeah, he just pulled out his bic and he started with his head.
What, he was shaving his nips?
He did his chest, he did everything, whilst he's got a queue of hundreds of people just shouting insults.
Not feeling that. Lisa, you look like a festival chick.
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
No? Could you not do the whole no showering business?
I've been to Splendour. That's it. The toilets there were enough. No, I go camping.
Yeah.
I do like camping, but obviously with a proper campsite with showers and things. But that's the thing that puts me off.
It's
the festivals, just the toilets and the showers.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Lee, for coming in. Some top tips there. Jordan, do you want to just wash your hair while I move on? Is that all right? All right.
Mess up my luscious locks.
What's your festival tip?
I think it's probably a really good idea to take some antibac, because I think I've heard that the toilets are a bit of a nightmare, so it's definitely worth doing that.
Plenty of drinks, nice soft shoes, get a good position and enjoy yourself.
Take a decent tent that doesn't leak or blow away, waterproof clothing, and obviously a drum for the drumming session after the main bands are finished.
I think if you're going to a camping type of festival, then bring perfume deodorant so you don't sweat, because you're going to sweat a lot.
I think I would like a bottle of water and I would like a packet of baby wipes with me.
Bring loads of clothes, because you never know what the weather's going to be like. So clothes for the summer, lots of shorts, but then also you might need a raincoat.
Stay close to your friends, make sure that they're close by, so you can be collectively looking for any possible problems that might occur. It's an unfortunate time that we live in, but I think we just need to be a lot more vigilant.
Tips there. Next, sometimes you can look in your wardrobe to pick out an outfit and just let out a big sigh. The same old stuff is just there looking back at you. But updating your gear can be an expensive task, to say the least. Well, since the 5th of June, Lisa here, our style icon, has been setting a 21-day style challenge. Right, where did this come from?
Where did this come from? The first time I did it was last September. And then we did it in January, and it was absolutely amazing. Obviously, the perfect time of year, people are feeling fed up. Yeah. But you wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. That's a statistic. Who knows where it came from? But it's quite.
I'll accept it.
Yeah,
I'll accept it. No fact checkers here.
So the idea is with the 21-day style challenge is that I am challenging. There's a whole host of ladies who are in a Facebook group of mine called Let's Chat Style, and there's a different challenge each day. So it's not about buying new things. Yep. It's about exploring what's in your wardrobe and being as creative as you can and experimental as you can. To get people trying things, wearing things that they haven't worn for ages, sort of. So today it's wristwear. It's a little bit boring today, but I'm wearing a watch because I haven't worn a watch since I was in employment because I couldn't have my phone with me.
Right.
So, because I've got my phone with me all the time now and I know
so
what
you
time it is.
forced yourself to knock a watch on?
I forced myself to wear a watch today, yes.
This is cool. The problem is, and like our viewer watching at home will know, I rotate the same clothes every single week. You probably think every episode's a repeat. It's boring because I don't ever know what to change. I never use 80% of my wardrobe. That is genuine fact. So how do I tackle that problem?
Top tip for you. Take everything out of your wardrobe and then if you hang it so the hangers are facing, if you know what I mean, sort of, so they're that way. Yeah. Hang it all back in that way. And then when you've worn something, you hang it back up in the wardrobe that way.
Right.
And then at the end of 6 months or whatever, you can see what you've worn and what you haven't.
So are you saying that it's you don't have to spend a load of money to change your style?
No, you don't.
Right.
You don't have to what you need to do is just think a little bit differently about what you wear and how you wear it. And the lovely thing with the style challenge with the ladies that are doing it, sounds weird, but we post selfies in the group each day. So today's wristwear, so everybody's been posting bangles, whatever. Oh, I've not worn this for ages, or this was my auntie gave me this, and there's little stories and things, and it just jogs people's memories and makes them think of things that they might not have worn for ages. And
but the thing is, some of it is bound to go out of date, right? Because if I put on my tracksuit bottoms with the poppers on that you just whoosh, whip off, someone will go, why are you wearing them again? That's out. That's gone.
Was that when you were in the full Monty?
Yeah, I was in the full Monty. Yeah.
According to Urban Outfitters, that's back in.
There you go. So what do you?
But the thing is, you see, when you know what your style is, we don't care about fashion. Fashion's neither here nor there. When you know what your style is, then it's a different thing altogether.
One of the other problems is changing your wardrobe to adapt to the times, because sometimes when you get older you want to stick to your old gear, right? And Nottingham Trent University carried out a study to find out what women really want when they get into their older age.
We have worked with up to 45 women from Nottingham who are really interested in developing fashion that meets their emotional and aesthetic needs.
But why are these women who experienced a fashion revolution in the 60s feeling so forgotten today?
What makes us feel invisible is because there is a gap between what's being said, currently at least, and our experience when we go out shopping. What was incredibly validating about participating in this project is that sense that we were being listened to, the fact that we have changing body shapes was recognised, and the fact that that wasn't seen as an insurmountable obstacle to still being stylish.
So part of that argument is that there's not enough options for older women.
There isn't, definitely not.
Do you think that's true?
Absolutely. My sort of audience really are ladies generally who are 40 and above, and you get to your body shape changes, you've had kids, you sort of think, I can't go to these shops anymore, where do I get my clothes from? I don't want to look like mutton dressed as lamb, and I don't want to look like my grandma. And there is a real sense of loss of identity a lot of the times with women around that age, so that's where I come in.
So rewind back to the 21-day style challenge. Jordan, is that something you think you need in your life?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm going to go home and try and do similar things.
Men's one,
yeah, absolutely. Do it. I'm up for that.
Do you struggle then with your wardrobe?
Yeah, indeed. I think you're right with the 80-20% thing. I do think it's slightly survival of the fittest, though, because I buy some clothes, I buy lots of stuff online, and sometimes you'll see a picture and go, that's great. Get it home, put it on and go, jeez. I can't wear that in public. So it still stays in the wardrobe, though. Oh, no, I can't be asked with that. So it stays in the wardrobe and it ends up as the 80%.
But he said he can't be bottomed with that. No. All right, I apologise. But yeah, so briefly, how can people get involved with the 21-day challenge?
Find me on Facebook, Lisa Newport, My Ruby Slippers Style Academy, and the group is a closed group, so it's very private.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you for your cake. Thank you, Lisa. And I'll be back tomorrow. But until then, good night.